I am not working for the Trump campaign, as you know. I support the Trump campaign. I'm promoting it, but I don't work for them, despite what Kamala Harris says about me. The Kamala campaign has been one of the great publicists of my show, so I thank them for it. Between Media Matters, Right Wing Watch, and now the Kamala campaign itself, my show's getting a ton of publicity. So that's great, because I like when my message gets out there. But they do tend to lie about me. So you might recall, I mentioned this on August 2nd, a couple weeks ago. On August 2nd, the Kamala campaign broke out a clip from my show and said, top Trump operative calls for ending no-fault divorce under Project 2025. And then there's a clip of my show. And I thought, okay, well, I'm not a Trump operative, though I support him. I'm not in any way affiliated with Project 2025. I don't mention it in the clip, though I think it's great. I love Project 2025 and the Heritage Foundation, but I'm not affiliated with it in any way. And I do think divorce is bad. So I, like all normal people, think divorce is bad and to be minimized. But so that's true. And the clip was good. But, you know, most of the things they said about me from the Kamala Harris campaign were not true. So now they've outdone themselves. They and she got community noted for this. But they've come back. They've broken out a clip from my show and says, Trump operative, I guess I got downgraded from top Trump operative to just ordinary Trump operative, middle of the pack Trump operative, pushing Project 2025. Again, didn't mention Project 2025 once. And then here, this is ostensibly a quote that I said. Maybe we should unwind the very liberal premise in our civil rights law that men and women are the same under the law. Now, they broke out the clip. Listen to the clip and see if that's what they wrote about me is reflective of what I said. Maybe men and women really are different. Maybe not only our culture has to reflect that, but maybe our law ought to reflect that too. Very, very difficult though, because to do that, you would have to unwind the extremely radically liberal premise that is now part of our law, part of our civil rights law, which says that men and women are, for all intents and purposes, exactly the same. You'd have to get rid of that premise. Does that sound like a Trump operative pushing Project 2025? I don't think that phrase showed up anywhere in there, saying that men and women shouldn't be the same under the law? Not quite. Now, I do say that men and women are not, for all intents and purposes, exactly the same, and that it's actually a pretty recent change to our civil rights law that we treat men and women as exactly the same. Because, for instance, men and women today, for now, well, actually, I'm not so sure if this is even permitted anymore, but until very recently, men and women were allowed to have their own bathrooms. So women were not forced to use the bathroom with men. Women were not forced to change at the public pool with men. And the reason for that is that men and women are different. Liberals, the Biden-Harris administration, have done everything they can to force men into the women's bathroom and to force men into your daughter's changing room at the public pool. But I think, call me old-fashioned, I think little girls should not be forced to change in front of men. Call me a fuddy-duddy. Here's another difference between men and women. I think women should not be drafted for the military. I don't think we should send our women out to the front lines to be shot and beheaded by jihadis. I don't know. Maybe you can at least say chivalry isn't dead. I just think men and women are different in that regard, and the law should treat men and women differently. I think if you murder a man or if you murder a pregnant woman, those are different things. Because a woman can conceive life. You know, a woman maybe has another human being inside of her. The liberals definitely want to get rid of that idea. And they did successfully get rid of that idea in New York when they legalized abortion up until the moment of birth and then lit up the World Trade Center pink to celebrate this. It just seems to me men and women are different. That's what the Kamala campaign is attacking me for and lying about it, being rather dishonest about it. But I think we need to embrace this in a way. I mean, not their dishonesty, not their outright lies, but yeah, we're the party who think that men and women are different. And we think we should protect women and, in protecting the differences between the sexes, protect men and just protect everybody, but recognize that we're different. You know, isn't diversity supposed to be a good thing? No, really. They don't want real diversity. They want to break down everybody. They want to use diversity to break down everybody into atomized individuals, or even further, break us down, split our body from our souls in the case of ideology, and then kind of just meld us all together in one hodgepodge commie collective where it's all just a big pile of goop. Well, we don't like that. We like natural, organic difference that can, in service of the common good, make a political unity. That's what we want. It's the sort of thing that our founding fathers talked about, the men who built our country. E pluribus unum, out of many one, a United States of America that doesn't deny reality. That was a good clip. Now stop, ring the bell, subscribe. Thank you. We'll see you next time.